What's up, folks? Welcome to Math Walkthroughs with Mr. Weeb. Today we're looking at divisibility by 3, 6, and 9. This is our Lesson 3 action task, so let's dive right in. The first task says, place each of the digits 1 to 9 in the boxes above so that all of the numbers are divisible by 3. The way I might approach this is to first write all the numbers 1 to 9 right here so that I can keep track of which ones I've used and which ones I haven't. Okay, there's the numbers 1 to 9. Next, I might look at the ones that have only one box left to fill in. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Because it might be easier to find a sum that is divisible by 3, because that is the rule for divisibility by 3. I need to add all the numbers, all the digits in the number, and see if that number is divisible by 3. So I'm going to start, just for fun, I'm going to start at the end here, something 17. So I'm going to add 1 and 7, that's 8. So I could add 1 to see if I could get to, I could add 1 to get to 9. 9 is divisible by 3. I could add 4 because then I could add up to 12, and that would be divisible by 3. And I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to add a 4 here, and then I can cross out that I've used this one up. Next, let's go to this one here. We've got 3 and a 6, which is 9. It's already divisible by 3, so I need to add a multiple of 3. It could be 3, I could add 6, I could add 9, I could add 12, I could add 15. We can't add 15 because there's only one digit here. The only ones I could add are 3, 6, or 9. So with this one, I'm going to add a 3. Let's try out that one. And I'll mark off that I've used that one up as well. Okay, next I'm going to move over to this one that ends in 9. Again, it's already a multiple of 3, so I need to add another multiple of 3. So I can't add 3 anymore, I've used it up, so I can add a 6 or a 9. Let's try adding a 6 to that one and mark it off that I've used it. Next I'm going to go to this one. 1 blank 3 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is 5. So I could add a 1 there to make it into a 6. 6 is divisible by 3, so why don't I do that? I'll add a 1 right here. I'll cross this one off and continue. Let's look at 2 blank 5. 2 and 5 is 7, so I need to add a 2 if I'm going to get to 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. So let's do that. I'm just going to go with the first one I get to. Okay, that's used up. Now we've got 5, 7, 8, and 9 left over. So let's look at the one that's already in a multiple of 3. 9 is a multiple of 3, so I need to add another multiple of 3. Here, I could add something like that adds up to 15. I could use something that adds up to 12, 15, 18, all of the multiples of 3. So when I'm looking here at what's left, I can see that 5 and 7 add up to 12, right? So then I would have 12 plus 9, which would be 21, and 21 is divisible by 3 because 3 times 7 is 21. So I'm going to add those two numbers to it. I could add 5 and 7 or 7 and 5. Wouldn't really matter because you'd have the same sum. And finally, you've only got 2 options here, and let's hope they work. If I add an 8 and a 9 to this number, 8 and 9 is 17, plus 4 more, that's 21 as well. I'm going to write down these sums right here, because I think it'll be helpful for our next question. So here, the sum of this one was 21, the sum of this one was 9, the sum of this one was 6, then we had 15 was the sum for this one, 21 was the sum for this one. We had 12 was the sum for this one. And 12, I believe, is the sum for this one as well. Yes. Okay, so we've got our sums there. And it says, the second question says, which of the numbers you made in question 1 are divisible by 9? So to be divisible by 9, the sum has to be divisible by 9. So I can see one case where that happens, and this sum is a 9. So the only one that works here is going to be 225. Number 3 says, which of the numbers in question 1 are divisible by 6? Now we have to remind ourselves the divisibility rule for 6 is a slightly different one than 3 and 9. For 3 and 9, you just have to check if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3 or divisible by 9. But for 6, you have to check, is it divisible by 3 and is it divisible by 2? So anything that's an odd number won't work. So we can, right away, we can rule out 225. That's not going to work. 1,131, not going to work. This is an odd number. This is an odd number. This is an odd number. The only ones that looks like they might work are the first one, 894, and 336. So 894, is that divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So 894 will work because it's divisible by 3 and 2. And then 336 will work because it is also divisible by 3 and divisible by 2. 336. Finally, our question here at the end is, add the digits in each number in questions 1 to 3. What do the sums of the digits have in common? All right, let's do it. We've already made the sums for number 1, and the sum of number 2 is going to be 9. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 5 is 9, and 8 plus 9 is 17. Well, we've done this one as well. This one is 21, and this one is 12. And what I notice is that all of these sums in question 1 are all multiples of 3. This, multiple of 9, and these are both multiples of 3. So I would say something like this. Question 1 is all multiples of 3, question 2 is a multiple of 9, and question 3 is all multiples of 3. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.